Hi everybody, Mike Reese here. Going to do a martial arts chat. I'm going to talk about uh, my feelings about someone asked me, what my thoughts were on Tang Soo Do, and I'm going to answer that. But first, I'm going to try to set the record straight on my video. If you go onto my videos, you'll see one that says Kajukenbo, and then you'll see a slash, and you see garbage instructors. I want to set the record straight on this because it seems like a lot of people are just going on that title and not watching the video, and they're just throwing out assumptions. First, watch the video. It should clarify that what I'm saying is that was like two different topics. Kajukenbo was a topic, garbage instructors was a topic. Okay, so to clarify, Kajukenbo. I really like Kajukenbo. I enjoy Kajukenbo. Kajukenbo is one of those martial arts that you can see a lot of things happening in it, and you can kind of get an understanding of it. I've worked with Al Dacascos, and I think he's really great, and I know a few of his guys, and they're pretty top-notch guys. So it's like, so I enjoy Kajukenbo. I know several guys, and they have effectively used it in fights on the street because that's what it was made for. So, clearing the air, Kajukenbo. I like Kajukenbo, but the second topic, there was two topics, and the other one was garbage instructors, which that was a general thing, because there's people out there that are they're not teaching anything that's really very good. It's not good for sport aspect, it's not good for self-defense, it's not really good for even traditional aspect, it's just really not very good at all. But I'm just going to leave that there because I don't want to get on another rant about how instructors that aren't very good out there teaching bad stuff are basically just hurting their students. And they're not hurting them, they're hurting their students. So, anyway, so clear that up there. I like Kajukenbo, but there are lots of garbage instructors out there for everything. And sometimes for nothing. They don't adhere to any style. They're just doing whatever they want, and they're doing whatever they want badly. Okay? So there's that. But now, on to Tang Soo Do. What do I think about it? I believe that Tang Soo Do has a lot of good things coming out of it. And I really believe that good combat-styled Tang Soo Do, which is what a lot of guys were taught back, when you have people like Chuck Norris and others like that went there, were in Korea, were taught that and brought that over. There's a lot of people who have learned good, solid Tang Soo Do, which was what Taekwondo and Hapkido is what they teach their military, and and really what we know is Taekwondo is really a harder form of that is Tang Soo Do, and Tang Soo Do it does worry about kicks, but it is also punches, it's also throws, it's also sweeps, it's also there's a lot more to it, and it was very used for a lot of different things. So, what do I like it? I do like it if it is done the way that it should have been done years ago. People just called it karate, and it was basically Korean karate, which is so weird because two different cultures being put through in there. But do I like it? I do like I like the combat style. Do I like what has since happened to it over the years? No. Taekwondo, Tang Soo Do, people just call it Taekwondo anyway, has got to be one of the bigger karate type studios out there. There are so many people that are doing it, and there's so many things that are bad influenced into it. They're not sticking with the older training. They're not sticking with what actually worked. What they were not sticking with, and they're not just modernizing it to make it conceptually better for a modern age. They're kind of just, watering it down until that picture of, you have this good stuff, and they're watering it down until it overflows and all the good stuff is out of it, and now you just got this big picture of watered down, gross whatever you had, gross substance going on in there. But that doesn't stay with just Tang Soo Do and Taekwondo. That's kind of a lot of different schools, a lot of different styles, because people aren't paying for it anymore. People aren't taking their kids there with the notion of, my kid could possibly get hurt. No, not anymore. Now it's, if my kid gets hurt, I'm going to sue you. If I bring my 5-year-old into a combat-style fighting type of environment and my kid gets hurt, you're through, mister. Well, maybe you just shouldn't be stupid and put your kid on a combat type thing. That's just me. A lot of people want to, just so you guys know. No, so that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on Tang Soo Do. I enjoy it. I do believe it's been watered down over the years. I still believe that there are some people out there that are doing good stuff with it, but I don't think there's like a whole lot. I think there's a rare few now, but I do believe that there are some out there that are doing some good things, and there's some good actual combat aspects of some of those things. So there's the answer to that. But now, a little bit off that topic, I'm going to talk a little bit about, you saw my attitude towards how I see some things. When you water, because of the times, we have watered it down. And I think the reason why we started watering it down was, honestly, I think it was they started wanting to appeal to younger kids, families, things like that. They wanted to start bringing a younger element in, but they knew times were changing, and little Timmy wasn't going to be around a parent like my parents who said, hey, he was, I was 4 years old, man, I wanted to do it, and this, my instructor, said he's going to have to keep up, and I was the youngest one in my class, and he's going to have to keep up, and he's going to have to do it as I tell him, and he can't just run around. And he's like, okay. And they're like, all right. And he says, but if he does, he can stay. If not, he's going to have to go. And I was with him until they closed. So that should tell you something. Because I was listening. I was paying attention. I wanted to do this. I wanted things to happen because I wanted to get better. And the thing is, I took my lumps. I got my wrist locked. I got my arms cranked. I got myself thrown onto a gym floor. I got, I got, when I got turned 8, I went into American Freestyle and I went into Shotokan. And these were days in the 80s where it was not, you didn't have the little fancy punches and kicks that you have now. I mean that by the gear, okay? The little gloves and the little, the foot protection. Not everybody did that, It wasn't like a common practice. You could get some padding if you wanted it, but, some of the guys, a lot of the people that I hung out with or the schools I went to, they didn't do that, and they kind of went, what, you too much of a sissy to just take a hit? If you padded up your hands, and it was just weird, and honestly, you didn't want to. You were like, no, I need to feel that hit. I need to feel that, because if I don't feel it here, I'm going to feel it when I get in a fight, and I'm going to get hurt if I don't understand how it feels. So you took those hits. You come home and your uniform is jacked up and bloody, and you go in and you're hoping that your pink stained gi is still okay, but it just kind of looks like everyone else's with the splotches on them, and unless your mom's really good and gets all that out, So, I remember seeing my gi when I was little. It was like, I could tell it was just when I was young. And I found it, and it was so small, but I'm looking at it, and this thing had been washed, yet the thing was tattered up, had these like little pink stains. You know, kind of actually brownish kind of stains on this thing, and it's like these little areas, and it was like, and I remember pulling it out, and they're just these small areas, you know, and they're like, I remember they're like, whoa, what is all over that thing? And I went, oh, those are blood. That's blood. I said, it's either from me or another person. And they were like, how old were you? I was like, I don't know, probably like, I don't know, I think I'm like 8, 9 years old. And then they kind of looked at me like, what? Hey, that's how I trained, you know, that's how I trained from a very small age. That's how I still train. I don't care if I take a hit. If I take a hit, I take a hit, you know. Because to this day now, I can take a hit. And it, you know, I registered that it happened sometimes. You know, other times it's like, whatever. It doesn't bother me. And it's not like I don't feel pain, because it hurts later, if anything. And it's just like, just keep going though, man. People just don't know how to do that anymore. They've grown to this mentality that, oh, whoa, you know, if I shoot my hand out, oh, I got you with my little mitt. I got you. Tag, you're it. That's enough. That's just, oh, you got me, you know. That's just not how I think things really work. But that's the reason why I am the way I am, is because I trained harder. I just grew up in a different time that, you know, we didn't have all these safety practices. I trained on a carpeted floor, which that was nice compared to the gym floor, but you know, still when you landed, it wasn't like it was like foam underneath, you know, like some of these fancy schools. It wasn't foam, dude. That was hard school. On the ground. And you either learned how to fall or you injured yourself. That kind of emphasis, man, at least that's why I think so many people don't fall properly now. There's some people, I think I've watched a lot of schools where these kids fall and they're like just flailing, and it's like, why are they just flailing around like that? Because they know that's a soft surface, dude. They know as soon as they fall there, they're going to go, and that's going to be good. Kids nowadays also, they get away with doing certain things that kids did not get away with when they were in back in my day. Nah. Even if we were, you know, we were solid kids, man. We were disciplined. I mean, that's just how it was. You stood in line or you got punished. That's back when you could allow other people to punish your children. But, and I mean, I'm not talking about beat your kids, but I'm talking about you get punished. And, you know, there was infractions you had to deal with. So, you know, so there's my heart on those type of things. So let's summarize. Clearing the air. I like Kajukenbo. I think there are garbage instructors in every system. I like Tang Soo Do, but I think it's been watered down. And I do believe that there's good stuff out there, but there's still, I think, more watered down systems than anything. Again, that watering down, that is for a general term for about as many arts that there is out there. And clearly, I'm a little harder on people, on systems and styles, due to my training and due to how I grew up and trained. That's just how it works. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much. Just comment and like, and just let's continue to talk about martial arts, but let's just stay honest. Later.